Hey my babies, and how you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you are doing great. Hope everywhere marama, hope everywhere stewa. Welcome back babies. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and make sure your notification bell is steadily on while at it. You all, we have here Melino and Tyrone. I really hope the outside world is really doing them well. Talking about how the outside world is doing Melino right now. Shippers, the Ashley and Sweet Guluva, the Sweet Ash shippers are really on his neck right now. Of course, you all know this recently evicted housemates. Most of the questions are cornered about Sweet Guluva. They would ask them about Sweet Guluva and Ashley ship, and whichever that spill, you would have the shippers to contend with. Now, Melino has said something. You guys know Melino was among the dude who actually, was on Sweet Guluva's side when Sweet Guluva was going through it in the house. So he had reviewed some things, and one of them is that he said he's gonna be a godfather soon. In fact, that one is really pissing shippers. Like he said he's gonna be a godfather soon. And then he also said that, okay, let me read this from the Cutest Kimi. Cutest Kimi says, send Melino that said no ship will last post show. They gave his phone now and he is saying he might be a godfather. Ashley didn't tell you she was pregnant. I hate cloud chaser. You guys remember, yeah, when he was in the house, he was also saying to Sweet Guluva that Ashley did whisper something to him. And now he was being asked, okay, what is that thing that Ashley whispered to you? And then he revealed that it was between him and Ashley that Sweet Guluva is winning the season. Okay, see now Melino said the secret between him and Ashley was that Sweet Guluva is winning this season. And then Ashley and Sweet Guluva says that boy is a university student. Gamer, thank God he's out. My boy was busy crying for Mam Ami and started telling him he has a secret. He should stop, whatever. That he should stop crying. That when Sweet Guluva was crying, Melino was telling him that there is a secret between him and Ashley, that he should stop crying. So people feel like that guy is really not serious. So they were now dragging him that he should stop lying. If he's doing all of these things for shippers or for gifting, for trying to be on Guluva's side, that they are not gifting him anything. I have been laughing on the social space. Lorna says, oh my God, Melino, it took ages for shippers to let this one slide, and now you are feeding their delulu again. I'm telling you, it took time for shippers to let it go, because in fact, shippers was also trending in saying that Ashley is pregnant. They were trending it. Ashley has come out to say, how can I be pregnant when I did not do anything? This same Melino was pushing this Gloria and unaware husband ship, coming here to say rubbish. Better leave Ashley's name out of your cloud chasing mouth. Was Melino pushing it? I mean the thing with what was the name, Jojo, before I start calling her Gloria like these people. Was Melino pushing it? I feel like what the time that made him look like he was pushing it was when Sweet Guluva was lamenting that the note Nate wrote, that he wasn't the one who wrote it. I remember then, because I remember they dragged him that period, and he was the one who was like telling Sweet Guluva, so who now wrote it? Why can't you write it to her? He was lamenting to get to know the reason Sweet Guluva would give. And when he was lamenting and forcing Sweet Guluva to know why he wouldn't give, what's the name, Jojo a later, I think he was doing it in a perspective where Sweet Guluva would spew and say, why should I give it to somebody I'm not dating? That kind of a thing, right? That's the angle me I was looking at it from. But people were looking at it from another angle, that he's trying to push the ship to be one, something like that he was trying to advise Sweet Guluva to let the ship happen, but which is not the way I see it. How did you see that day? Did you watch that scenario? How did you see it? Anyway, guys, you all let me know in the comments, okay? Let me get this from the Arsenal girlfriend. If he thinks we will contribute to his GoFundMe by saying this, he is a joker. Melino is, okay, I'm going to skip that. After saying the relationship won't continue outside, what is all this rubbish he is saying? Melino, Godfather, is Melino okay? What kind of clout is that? Wahala be like bicycle. So at this point, it is giving anybody who need clouts, they would use your fave's name to do the clout chasing. You see this post show, my mind is already there. Can these 2 weeks just hasten up and just be over? Because at this point, my mind is already on the post show. I want to balance on the social feud like this. You just have to be here to sail along with me. So the fans of Ashley are sharing the video where Ashley addressed it. When Smash asked and said, what did you whisper to Sweet Guluva's ear? People have it that he said you're going to be taking care of the baby, blah, blah, blah. And then she reviewed and said, there is no baby. How can I have a baby when I did not do anything in the house? So Get Updated says, please, this pregnancy talk should stop. Cruise or not, brands are watching and my girl can't afford to lose any because of some delusions. She's already said no. So please respect her and stop. I feel like the people who should actually try to control it are the shippers. Shippers, you guys do too much sometimes. You overdo things most times. Yes, not even sometimes, most times. All right, Tando says they got their phones and they suddenly don't remember the shitty stuff they said about Ashley. Anyways, as long as they know mother got army. Now, here is the thing. Where is this coming from? Now we are done with Melino's own. Let's talk about Mandy. You guys know Mandy was among the people who were in this Delulu team with Jojo. And now Mandy them are not necessarily to be blamed, but Jojo who delivered the message to them. But they know how Mandy knows how to fit Jojo in her delusions. So they are asking her about what she said about Ashley is not the girl, she's not a wife material. They asked Jojo on one of her interview that you said Ashley is not a wife material. What prompted that? Why did you say so? And then she was like, did I say so when but yeah, Yabo, Abi, how does she even say that? She said, did I even say that? That she cannot remember saying that Ashley is not a wife material. And then she was like, they were like, okay, what of the parts where you said maybe she left for a reason? She now said, okay, yes, she said this one. That's about leaving for a reason. She said to her, Jojo was telling them things that was happening between her with Guluva, and then seeing the things Jojo have been saying that she herself has not seen that happen because she knows Guluva to be a street guy. But for a street guy like this to be giving her friend that kind of chance, that means something, there is this emotions, there is this connection between them. That's why she was telling the friend that maybe God made it for her to go, because Jojo said they actually clicked during the first week, and then when she realized that Sweet Guluva put her up, right? And then this was Mandy explaining it too, that when Jojo realized that Sweet Guluva put her up, like replaced her then during that first week, then that was when she realized that maybe the feeling is not mutual for the two of them. That's why she now stepped back from the likeness she have got for Sweet Guluva. Now that Ashley has left, she will also want to pursue it back and see if something would happen there. That is what Mandy said Jojo had told them. So because of that, she feel like, oh, that was when she said, oh, maybe God did it for you for it to happen this way. She said that is the point it was coming from and not from any other part. Okay. And then she said this camera did not show everything. Even herself was telling Jojo sometimes to actually make a pick. You know, not going to this dude, going to this other guy or anything. Make a decision and stand on it. So, but right here, they are dragging her like a past my neighbor generator onto social street. They said she is not being truthful and she was among the people feeding Jojo in her delusions. I'll get this from Tando. So think even the bunch that will be evicted this Sunday, their interviews will be about Ashley, also because they never stopped being obsessed even after she was gone. Exactly, that is the point. And I think that is why they've been asking them questions about Ashley, because they discussed about her. You know, when a housemate left, a housemate left the house and then people in the house still talk about the person. Don't you think the person is goated? There is a difference between referring to the person, like reference. That one is different. But this one is, you are having conversation about that person like the person is in the house. You choke, I be no choke. All right, I'll get it from Nance that says, it is no use they hate on Jojo when she is more talented and smarter than both Guluva and Ashley combined. Note that she is younger than both of them. Okay, so this person right here is saying that that you guys are jealous. What is it called? That they are jealous of Jojo or whatever. They hate on Jojo because she's more talented than your faves. And then the cutest Kimmy replied this and said they are dragging her for being a pervert. At her young age, she goes around sexualizing people's children even without them knowing. Talented and smarter than Ashley, which Ashley exactly makes she go cure her frog voice calm. She no reach. So these people, everybody have their own to say. Of course, everybody would have whom they support. But my own is, whichever person you're supporting, do not forget to always stand on the truth side. That's what I can say. Elizabeth says, the problem has never been Guluva and JJ interacting because it is normal to talk to other housemates. The real problem is JJ sexualizing the guy and come up with stuffs in her head. That's not nice at all. And meanwhile, you see the way Guluva play with Nate, right? I do not see the shippers lament or say anything about that, because you will not see Nate say something else about Sweet Guluva behind him. So it is okay that way. So I think if Jojo has been actually doing that way, they will not be coming for her like that. All right, the cutest Kimmy says 3 eviction has happened after Ashley's, yet it is her name still on everyone's lips interview. Questions Q&A. Since my babe left, she hasn't said a word. She is focused on making herself better and getting coins. I'm telling you, and I love that about her. I love the steps she's taking. Whoever her team are, they should continue holding her that way. They should not let her, grant unnecessary interview that will make her start talking down on people or anything. Like, she should just remain focused. That is the way to go. All right, babies, I'm going to be dropping my voice right here and now to leave the rest for you guys in the comment section. And please do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.